Good afternoon, my name is Jack Payne from RUREADY.COM. I'm going to introduce you to our Speedtimer3000. This is our non-RF version. The non-RF version is basically a machine that does not have an RF transmitter in it, so it cannot send its time to one of our large displays. It's the only feature that's different on the two machines. The RF model has an RF transmitter, the non-RF model does not. On the front of the machine you will see a grill. This grill is basically where the speaker is and the pickup, so it's very important when you're using the machine not to cover this grill. On the side of the machine you see a keyboard. The keyboard has 4 buttons: a control key, a power key, an up arrow, and a down arrow. I'll go through the operation of these keys shortly. On the back of the machine you have a belt clip, you have a sensitivity adjustment hole. You can use a small screwdriver to change the sensitivity. This is not normally necessary, but only for certain applications. So its factory set is probably going to do 99.9% of all the shooting. Also on the back of the machine is where the 9-volt battery goes. It uses a standard 9-volt alkaline battery. You can purchase these almost anywhere. I would suggest alkaline batteries for sure for the machine. On the top of the machine you have an LCD readout. It gives you the overall time from the start of the buzzer, the number of shots fired, and the splits. Splits are the time between each shot fired. We'll go through that shortly. If to start the unit running, you push the control key, you hold it in until you see DEL or 0 second come up. If I release it at 0 second, I will get an instant buzzer. If I push it in and hold it till I get a DEL and release it, I'm going to get a delayed start. The delay can be anywhere from 2 to 5 seconds. So if you're practicing alone and want to be able to push the button and then wait for the timer to go off, this is a good way to practice. Now, if you were to fire shots, let's do a start again. We're going to go over the range officer start with 0 seconds. We fire, buzzer off, we start to shoot. Okay, what we've done, we've fired 8 shots. Let's go back and review these shots. And I did the pause between the 4th and 5th shot for a reason. I'll show you what I did that for. If we push the control key in and put for a quick jab, we'll see the time. Right now it says 1 shot fired, 1.68. Let's just pretend that is the timer of your holster, 1.68. Now you fired your second shot at 2.30 from the buzzer. And it shows your split being the time between the first shot and the second shot. Now your third shot, 2.90. Third shot fired, split time between the second and the third is 0.60. Fourth shot fired. Now 5th shot fired. This is the one I delayed on for a purpose. This was I've decided for the demonstration that would be the time it took to do a magazine change. So between the 4th and the 5th shot, it took me 2.58 seconds before I fired my 5th shot, which would tell me that the magazine change took 2.58 seconds. 6th shot, 0.53, 7th shot, 0.52, and the last shot, 0.168. So we have shot 8 rounds, 9.29 seconds, and we're able to go back and just keep stabbing our control key and going back and cycling through these shots as many times as you like. These will stay in memory until you actually do another restart. Let's look at a couple of functions this machine has. Basically, if you push and hold the power key in and release it, the screen will go blank, which means you're now at a review mode. You push it again and you'll see ROF mode. ROF mode is basically a pretty simple program. It's just basically designed to do a countdown clock from anywhere from 1 minute to 10 minutes. You can set the time in 1 minute increments. So if you wanted to have a nipstick match, for instance, and you wanted to let the shooters go through and look the stage over before they actually shoot it, you can basically say, okay, you've now all got 8 minutes to take a walk through and take a look at this. So all you have to do then, push the start reset key in, clock starts to run, and it'll actually start counting down. When there's 1 minute to go, it'll give the shooters a double buzzer, telling them that it's time to get. You got 1 minute left. At the very end, you'll get 3 buzzers. At any time you stop the clock while in the countdown mode, the machine automatically shuts down, and you're ready to go in record mode again to record shots. So Now, let's have a look at the par function on this timer. Par function is basically a time where you set a start buzzer and a stop buzzer and try to maintain your shots within that time period. Any shots fired after the par time will actually come back flashing at you, indicating you didn't make the par time. Let's see how to get into the par time now. Make sure the screen is blank on your timer, so just push the control key and that'll blank your screen. Push the par key in, release it, and you see the range officer function we looked at previously. Push it one more time and you'll see par. Currently par is set to off. Let's set a par time for 2 seconds. These are 10 seconds, tenths of seconds, so take it up to 2 seconds. So to save your time for par, push your control key one time. Now your screen's blank and you're set to go in par. So from now on, it'll cycle through all 2-second pars until you go back and change it. Let's start one. So what we're going to do is we're going to start in the delay mode, release, fire a couple rounds off. Oops, one more. Alright. Ended up firing 3 shots actually there. Let's go back and take a look at our shots now. First shot was fired in 1.12 seconds. The second shot was shot in 1.79 seconds. The third shot, after the buzzer went off, was shot in 3.17 seconds. So if we were firing a 3-second burst in 2 seconds, the third shot would have been overtime, and you didn't make your preset time. That's basically how par time works. So let's go back and we'll set our par time back to 0 again. So basically, push your control or par key in. Your screen goes blank. You'll see range officer mode again. Push it in one more time. Just 2 seconds. Take it down to 0. Now we're off. Control key. Now the timer's back to standard function again. I'm going to give you the example of what this timer is used for. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the gun, fire 2 shots at a target approximately 10 meters away. I'm going to do a mag change and fire 2 additional rounds. I'm going to set the timer to a delayed start, which is approximately 2 to 5 seconds random start. And we're going to see how we make out. You push and hold the button until you see the word DEL come up. That's delay start. Just so you know, I'm using a 22 caliber SIG P226, and the first shot is actually double action, which I'm not in favor of, but I get the shots off. So we're going to take a look at the target at this times now. There's the first shot at 1.30. The second shot was at 164, 3.34 behind the second shot. There's the mag change at 338, a little sloppy, 5.02. The final shot was 531. So that's 4 shots with a mag change drawing from the holster.